Hello everyone, let us look at the layers in the organization palette. So we'll open the organization palette from here, from tools organization, or you can use the shortcut which I just did. So we'll make another layer. So you can layers work in the literal sense in Vectorworks. So when you make something on a layer, and let's just make a layer and call it ground. And let's set the elevation to 4 feet and the layer wall height to be 10 feet. And you can see the other properties for yourself, and these are very basic and easy. Let's not go into the detail for them. So this is a ground layer. Now if I make first floor layer and set its elevation to 14 feet, that layer will actually and literally be on top of ground layer. So layers work in literal sense in Vectorworks. So let's make another layer, first floor, and set the elevation to have 14 feet. Vectorworks automatically does this match for you. So if the elevation of ground floor is at 4 feet and layer wall is at 10 feet, the first floor layer should automatically be at 14 feet elevation, and the wall height will remain the same unless you change it and set it otherwise. So these values or Vectorworks automatically gives for you. Um, So there's one error that happens with people sometimes, that one layer is not visible. It happens because one of your the scale of one of your layer is set to something else. So if I make something on ground floor and the scale of first floor is set to say 100, now only the content of only one of the layers will be visible at a time, because layers content of different layer scale won't be visible at the same time. So what you want to do is you want to change the scale and set one scale for all the layers. So let's try and see what these layers are useful for. So if I make a wall, I'll select it from this building tool. What class is it using? We want to use the wall class that we have discussed classes in another video. You might want to check that out. And let's select wall class for now. And this wall is on wall class. So it's using the attributes of this class. So now this wall is on wall class and ground layer. Okay. Now we want this wall to use elevation of the layer, and top bound should be wall height, and we don't want any offset. So the layer wall height comes automatically 10 feet, which we have set in our organization when we were setting up our layer. Let's look at it again. So elevation is at 4 feet and wall height is at 10 feet. So our offsets are 0, so height will automatically be 10 feet and thickness is 9 feet. So, and now when I make when I make another layer, another wall on first floor, say I want to make a wall like that. You see the wall on the ground floor has grayed out because the layer option I've set it from here, gray and snap. If you set it to show others, this will be visible just like any other layer, but you won't be able to select it. You'll be able to select this wall because you're on this layer. You won't be able to select that. You can change it from here. You can select it as well. Show snap is the most used option for this because you want to see contents of other layers as well, and you want to snap to it as well, like that. So now this wall is, if you don't want to change these values again and again every time you make a wall, what you want to do is just select wall and change from settings and insertion options to layer wall height and set this to 0. Now every time you make a wall, it will have the properties that you have used, that you have set before making a wall. So this will automatically have 10 feet or the layer wall height that you have set. Now one layer is on first floor, and this wall, one wall is on first floor and one wall is on ground floor. Let's see how it looks in 3D. You can see how it's sitting on top of the wall, top of the wall on ground floor. So this is how Vectorworks treats layers. Whatever you make on one layer that is above another layer will automatically come like this. And it's not necessary that the layer that is on top will actually be on top. You can always change this. But what happens is the layer on top will never be. You see, Vectorworks is showing that this wall is in front and this wall is on the back. Even though we have set the elevation of the first floor wall to be higher than that of ground floor wall, but since the layer of ground floor is on top of first layer, Vectorworks will treat the layer of ground floor to be in front and not the layer of the first floor. So you'll always want to arrange the hierarchy of layers in their respective orders, in the sense that ground floor will be at the bottom, so you want to keep the ground floor layer at the bottom uh, as compared to first floor or second floor. If you want to make a second floor layer, you'll want to keep it above first floor layer. So keep that in mind, and you won't have any confusions while making your drawings. Let's see if there are any other options. Yeah, that is pretty much it. Uh, you can play around the layers, make different layers and change their layer height, layer elevations. See that whenever you make any changes, how are those changes reflected? And if you have any problem, do let me know in the comments. I'll be more than happy to help you with that problem. Thank you for watching.